Computer recording. Hello everybody, it's Catherine Colas here again from SimplyHormones, and my guest here today is Lorna Ive, and she has a company called Lorna Ive Media, which is, she's a creative specialist specializing in social media, particularly in women's health. And from her own experience of being perimenopausal and going through menopause, she created another area to her business, which is called Perimenopost. So welcome, Lorna. It's so lovely to have you with us today. And I'm going to hand straight over to you and to get you to tell your story about how all this happened.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Thank you for having me today. Hi, everybody. My name is Lorna. I'm a specialist in women's health and wellbeing. My journey into all of this began around the age of when I was about 35. I think my perimenopause symptoms started with heavy bleeding. I was offered a hysterectomy then, but I felt too young with having 4 children, and it just seemed such a drastic solution that I wasn't really expecting. So completely unaware of perimenopause or what was going on with my body. It was a constant stream of visits to gynecologists for scans, different procedures, laparoscopies, hysteroscopies.
Yeah.
The final hysteroscopy was I had scar tissue to my bladder, my womb and my bowel, which seemed to clear the problem, but then it came back again. And then my symptoms started to come in. I think they were like in different waves of I didn't realize then, like the weight gain. I had a skin rash that we thought was shingles, but I'm not quite sure what that was. I was asked if I wanted antidepressants, and I was having migraines. I was told to have more sugar.
Yeah. And at any time, did you or they consider that you might be on, going through perimenopause?
Not mentioned at all.
Completely outside of that, yes.
Not mentioned at all. And it was, I have to say, I think it was the worst time really, because you want to go to the doctors and you don't know what's wrong. You know something's not right, but you want their help because you know something's not right. And then you leave the surgery being told to keep a diary, and then
come back in 3 months.
And then for women's issues down below, it was, I'll just put Sudocrem on down there, and it was
God,
just
that's jaw-dropping, yes.
And I just always used to know what the outcome would be after going to see my GP. So, but it all sort of finally come to a head when I've been on holiday to Greece, and it was lovely, and we had the air conditioner on the whole time. And when I came home, I couldn't sleep. I was awake from 2 till 5 every morning, and then I was sleeping in till 10 in the morning. And I thought, I just can't function like this. I've got a young family. This isn't right. And it was the best decision that I made. I changed GPs surgery, and I explained all my symptoms, and they referred me to a gynecologist. And it was a male doctor, and he listened to me, and he said, "Has anybody talked to you about early menopause, Lorna?" And now I was 42. Yeah. And I just said, no one said that to me. And
that's 7 years you've already gone through all this stuff.
Yeah, and when, as he explained it all, my whole body just sort of went like, so that's what this has all been about. And it all made sense. All the cogs in my head started to think, oh, well, that makes sense now. That makes sense. It was such a relief to know that actually I wasn't going mad, because at times I thought I was going mad.
Yes.
And so since then, he wanted me to go on to HRT, which I tried. And then the one that they put me on, I can't remember the name, it was then discontinued. Then I tried Marion Gluck HRT, and then I was
that was expensive.
That was expensive. My gynecologist said to me, "No, I can prescribe you this, the same." So I started with the gel, estrogel and Ritrogestin. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was, I don't know, after 2 weeks of taking that, my hair felt better, my nails felt better, my skin, my general overall, my well-being, my joy de vie all returned. I had my energy come back. It was great. I've really enjoyed it. And it made me realise, as you say, all those years, 7 years of those feeling like that.
Why did I have to suffer that long? Why didn't somebody pinpoint this earlier? And also your prescription is what I'm on as well. So I think it is now the go-to prescription for so many women, the estrogel and the utrogestan. And I'm on testosterone as well, but some aren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened next?
So so I continued taking that, and then all of a sudden my body then started to not absorb the gel, and it wasn't absorbing it, and so I was having my blood test redone. So I had to go into patches, and they were working for a bit, and then that stopped working. So I had to have a HRT implant fitted last year, and that was like, I'm not really convinced that really helped me. I think it felt like it put me right back to my perimenopause time. I become bloated, moods just like that all the time. It took a while to settle down, and the weight gain came back, and then it stopped working in November, and then I had to take a break from HRT for a few months just to see how my body coped, and I had spotting all the time. And then I went back onto HRT just before lockdown, because my symptoms were returning. And it's fine. I took the patches, and I took a different progesterone, Provera this time. And oh my God, the week later I had such a heavy bleed, severe hemorrhaging. I ended up in A&E. Had to have blood tests done.
Terrible.
And so it's now come to, I've ended up having to get a scan done during lockdown, and my adenomyosis has returned. The implant has stimulated the womb lining, and it's brought on the heavy bleeding, so the adenomyosis. So I've gone completely plant-based. I've come off HRT. Some of the symptoms are starting to creep back, so that's a journey that I'm going to have to navigate now, and trial and error. So so that's my story. That's where I am, and Perimenopost is
your outlet.
Part of my training, part of my training with DigitalMums. I wanted to get out there for awareness for women in my local area, that they didn't have to suffer in silence, that there is help out there. If they had the same GP that I had all that time, I didn't want another woman to experience that. So,
no. But you've come full circle, haven't you? It started wrong, got worse. You eventually found the right medication, the right doctor, and then you come back to square one again, and you're starting again. So it's a hell of a journey, isn't it? You're still going on it.
Yeah, it's bizarre, because I just thought I remember saying to the doctor in A&E, I just had no idea that I'd be sitting here talking to you about my hormones.
But, yes. So now you're presumably going to start looking at different kind of therapies, to more natural therapies, to see if they help you. And you've already changed your diet. It's just ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah, I took a tincture in the end, shepherd's purse, that really helped bleeding, and then castor oil. I put on my tummy. I researched it. You put it on your tummy, and it helps to shrink fibroids. So yeah, I still get a bit of niggly pain there, but I've not had no more bleeding, and so it's just like a trial of, got to wait and see how things develop, really, and then I've got to now research into what's going to be available for me on a different side.
And I keep hearing sometimes, I've told doctors my story, and they seem to think that my story is unusual, my 10 years of hell, as I call it. And I keep thinking, no, I'm not unusual, because like yourself, I keep hearing from so many women telling almost exactly the same story. And the trouble is, the doctors aren't being told that story, so they think that my story is extreme, that your story is extreme, but actually they're probably more common than anybody thinks.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. I think that's a good point to stop on, because we got your story and what the medication you've been on and what you're doing about it. So we'll close there at that moment and say goodbye to Lorna Ive, and thank you so much for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Catherine.
You're welcome. I think it's just such a good idea to hear all these stories, so women can realise that they are not alone, that we're all in the same boat. So I'll close that now, and we'll carry on talking afterwards. Thanks again, Lorna.
Thank you.